Hello, and welcome to Spook Stories. Today, we are going to read Metal Dead Gear. A bit before we start, last time on Spook Stories I read Mario Kart The Death Shell, and it was my honest first impression of the story. This time, since the story is like 3 paragraphs long, I decided to read it beforehand. And I must say, it's very critically inaccurate. So what's gonna go down is I'm going to read it, and there's going to be 2 voices. There's going to be my narration voice and my complaining voice. Anyway, let's begin. I am terrified to play Metal Gear Solid. Before Metal Gear Solid 4, I had never played an MGS game. Okay, let's stop right there. If you go right to Metal Gear Solid 4 without any knowledge of the other ones, you are going to be so lost, and you're not going to have any fun. The day it came out, I ran to GameStop and bought a copy. I ran home and popped it in the PS3 and started up the game. When I pressed start, I didn't get to choose the settings, like difficulty. It just took me to the game. I took one step, and I had died. Alright, if you start Metal Gear Solid and it doesn't start with an hour of cutscene, you're not playing Metal Gear Solid. And how do you die? I was used to the game over screen because I had watched gameplay. If you watch gameplay, you should be kind of surprised you died in one step. But it wasn't the same game over screen I saw in the gameplay. Instead, Otacon said, "You got what you deserve." That's my Otacon impression. Then a terrible gut-wrenching picture showed up on the screen. It was Snake. He was hung by his ankle and had his arms ripped off. After 2 minutes, Snake's eyes disappeared. Oh, he must get hit by a black shell. And said, "You shall be next." That was my terrible Snake impression. Then went up in flames. After that scene, I was in what I guess was the first boss fight. The game went to more of a third-person view. The game's always in third person. When it showed the character, it looked just like me. The first boss came out, and it blew me up. Bits and pieces of the body flew everywhere. The boss split in half, and it became Snake. He said, "Here's the last of anyone you will ever see." I messed up that quote so bad. Then it showed that I had lost forever. Okay, let me stop right there. The first boss in Metal Gear Solid 4 is Laughing Octopus, which is a lady. So he said, also she can disguise herself as people, so becoming Snake is not a shock. To this day, I still have pains in the parts that were still in one piece. If you take my advice, never buy a game the day it comes out. Dun 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 dun. Stupid.